and gentlemen, please, will you bring your attention to me? It's so funny saying me because I've been doing we for so long. Because it seems lately all I've been doing is streaming with others. So it's just like I haven't done. It feels like I haven't done the bring your attention to me part in a while. And hello there, Betch. Hi, Zell. Alright, so welcome back. We're doing more Legend of Zelda Adventures of Link. Gonna try and actually finish the game today. I talked about maybe doing this in a 3-parter, but hopefully we'll be doing Chrono Trigger tomorrow. Then I'm actually gonna be doing some work on Saturday. And then Saturday I also want to try and bring back the Persona 3-some for Saturday, Sunday, and then potentially Tuesday or Monday, depending on whether or not the aforementioned Zell is feeling up to streaming. So a lot of stuff coming up, so I'm gonna try and do this all in the rest of this in one go now. So let's go ahead and just get this flipped over and get started on this. So last we left let's get back to this and see if we can do it. Last we left off, we just made it to the next palace, which is the Maze Palace. Strawberry! Ah!
Justice will be swift! Justice will be painful! It will be delicious!
Damn it. Alright, so we're gonna... Hello, Strawberry. How are you, my dear? Alright, gotta try and remember which way to go. I think we want to go this way. I'm not getting out unless you decide to pop up, dude. Now the other nice thing here is I can cheat this with the system. You're thankfully feeling better? Alright, I'll take that. No! 'Tis good that you are feeling better. I'm sorry you were feeling sick to begin with, but... Give me my points. Remember what I said about it being much easier now that I got the downward stab? Because I can do shit like this. Alright, so we've done some of the work. You bitch. Alright, there's another level.
Oh god, mistakes have been made! Mistakes have been made!
Evening,
I forgot they explode. I forgot they explode.
Yes, Synthetic, you forgot they explode. Alright, so let's go... Let's go recover now that we've done some work. I'll take that. All that work. How are you tonight, Mr. Ump? Threading the needle there with those fire. Do 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 do. Good to hear, good to hear. Alright, so now we gotta go recap a little of what we lost. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Come on. You know you want to jump. Thank you. Alright, screw you. Ah, damn it. Do 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 do. Bye-bye. And there's our special item for the dungeon. Now we can cheat the system a little bit. Okay, nothing in there, so... Let's go ahead and check this way. Ow. Alright, so that takes care of this side. Okay. And back out we go to refill, and now we'll explore the left side. Hey, they shouldn't know the downward stab. They are ancient warriors of Eld, who have already studied with the masters. Or the game just needed to figure out a way to... Bye-bye. Alright, let's go straight across. Well, at least I don't have flying freaking goat heads. Alright, so now we go down. This dungeon has by far the easiest boss in the entire game. Yeah, I wanted to go the other way first. Okay. Ooh. Because if you know what you're doing... Ow. You bitch. I'll take it. Alright, so... whoop! And voila, we've made it to the boss room. Alright, so we have secured routes. Actually, you know, we'll do this cheat. I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit on this. So, this is what I meant by this is the easiest boss in the game, because the only thing you have to do is cast a reflect spell. And then just let him do the work. And done. Now, how I'm gonna cheat is I will have to work my way back down through here, but I can jump over that, go out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cheat a little bit here. Get a few, because I'm only about 1,000 points away. So, and we don't have to fight the boss again, so I just want a couple more kills. Take the heal, so this way I can get an extra level out of this. Otherwise, these experience points are going to waste. Woo! You dirty. Gotcha. Gotcha, bitch. Ah! Got it anyway. One more. Because the enemies will respawn, so I should be able to get... Alright, so there should be enough enemies between here and the boss room that I should be able to level up, so I can knock out 2 levels in one go. And there we go. Level up. So goodbye. Clinging to life. And this will give me a full heal. Anyway, boom, 4th palace done. And another level out of it. And a full heal. Alright. Max life. So I just need 3 more levels. 1 for magic and 2 for weapon. And boom, we're done. Now the good thing about the boots is it allows me to walk on the water, so I can cut through a lot of this crap. At least some areas of water. Alright, so we'll go ahead and there's the old lady that recovers magic. Where's the lady that recovers? Are you the lady that recovers health? No, that's not the lady I'm looking for. Yep, give me the magic hands. Yes, I know I must save Hyro. Alright, so now that we have the boots, it allows us to go to the next dungeon. But before we do the next dungeon, we go here. To get our next life up. So 1 magic, 1 heart container left. And here is palace number 5. The Ocean Palace. This one has one of the more annoying bosses of the game. And one of the few times that you're required to use the fairy spell in dungeon. Dirty. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Come on, you want to drop me another blue one? Alright, little recovery there. Alright, if I remember correctly, we want to go this way. Come on. I think you have a leak in this palace, sir. A little bit's better than nothing. Woo, hi. Should be able to get one more easy one here. Alright, better than nothing. At least I have enough guaranteed to use a life spell. Alright, this one I'm pretty sure we want to go this way. Just start. Shit. Ooh, that saved me. The only reason I'm really kind of taking advantage of the reset too much here, or the rewind, is because I do know Alright, testing a theory real quick. Alright. Is because I do know that there are extra lives to be picked up elsewhere. And I'm gonna need every one of those lives to do the Grand Palace. So I'm trying to avoid having to go all the way back to the beginning of the game, because if I game over, that's where I'm going. Okay, I vaguely know where I need to go. Not enough. Why the fairy spell? You can go through doors with it, so you don't have to get keys. Yeah, I know I could, but I'm trying to do this as semi-legit as possible. I mean, if I really wanted to speedrun it, I could just use the special file and not have to bother with any of the towns or anything, but... I'm trying to show some of the struggle. Abuse the crap out of the fairy spell. Yes, they do. The fairy can just slip through the freaking key locks with no problems whatsoever. Okay, I have 3 keys. Crap. Alright, so there's the flute. We gotta do the check. Woo! Bye-bye. Meow. Hey. Remember, Strife, don't die. Yeah, I know, right? Save that for the end game.
trying to predict where they show up from. Gotcha. 200 points, and it's not horrid. Damn it. Gotcha. And now probably the hard one. Can you say hi to my bubby? Give me just a second. Hi to your buddy. Does your buddy have a name? Or do you just want me to call him Buddy? Justin. Ah, okay. Like, hi, Justin. You're speaking to Shaggy. Like, I hope you're having an amazing day. And, by the way, have you seen my dog, Scooby-Doo? Hopefully that will suffice for you, Strawberry. Nope. It's never enough. Alright, so now we go back up here. Kind of direct him my way. Dink, 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 and boom. Nope, that wasn't good enough, or nope, you haven't seen my dog Scooby-Doo. Let's just make sure we're all on the same page.
My buddy says he goes by turtle noises, but he's a little drunk. He's a little drunk, okay. You know what? He is what he needs to be. That's all there is to it. He goes by turtle. Alright, up goes to boss. No, 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 no. Yeah, you would. Damn it. Ooh! Oh! That was nerve-wracking. Ah, no. You will not get me here, vile... Ah! Do. I know, but I'm terrible at these directions. And of course the game's not going to give me a break here, so... Yep. It's one hit kill. And the hitbox is ridiculous. I can do this, I can do this, I can do this with one hit. Oh no! I'm trying, man. And boom, Palace 5 done. No more beeping for now. And there's the final level of magic. So my spells are now at the lowest cost they are going to get. So I want to say like 40 points. Because I want to say it's like each block represents probably 10 points. So I've got 70 points, so fairy eats like 4 of that. But it also seems like freaking the life spell takes less than the actual fairy spell. Alright. But we have what we need to progress on towards the final dungeon, the last couple of things, so we will quickly BRB here. I will leave you with the village theme. Not the village people, well maybe the village people too, but we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Alright, so now we can proceed onward. Which we need Damn it. Thank you. We need the flute to get past this. Now, the other thing is that we can cheese a couple of these, but... by doing that, we can skip over at least one. Not worth it. Alright, so we're trying to find a hidden town. Damn it. But we need to go through this cave. We can cheat these guys. So for here, hidden town of Kasuto. I know nothing. We had to flee Kasuto. You deserve my help. Follow me. I cannot help you. Come on, lady, come back out. I didn't realize you were going to shut the door on me. Alright, so since we know most of the people aren't going to help us, but we need to talk to this lady here first because there's a few things we can get here. There is a secret at edge of town. And the help this lady is going to give us is the final magic upgrade. So magic is now maxed at both level and quantity. The old man who remains has magic. Yeah, go ahead and help me out with those magic hands of yours. and then we come in here. Remember the magic word. And this gives us the spell. Which serves little to no purpose. If it's a weaker type enemy, it can turn them into the little blue blob looking things. But its main use is for here. Nothing here. And this gives us our second to last item, the master key, or the magic key, which basically means we no longer need to actually pick up any keys. Keys are now redundant. Let's go ahead and take your heal. So that's all we needed to do there. Now there's one other thing we can do. And there is our final health upgrade. So we now pretty much have almost everything. We're missing one last special item, one spell, and one level. This is the 6th. So wins Cadence of Hyrule. What the hell is Cadence of Hyrule? Now the good thing is I'm guaranteed a level for sealing this palace. Guaranteed. Well, hold on. It's the Crypt of the Necrodancer's Zelda crossover game. Just double checking. I don't think there's any... point bag. Yep. No real point to this room. If I was still trying to grind out a few of the levels, then yeah. Yeah, I've seen Crypta the Necrodancer. I've seen Ump play it. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I like me my rhythm games, but... So I no longer really have to be a murder hobo. No. No. Freaking hidden pitfall. And there we go. It's a Zelda rhythm game, you gotta play it. This technically could be a one and done. I feel like it could be a one and done. I'm just not 100% sure if I wanted to try and do it as a one and done. Just because the last palace is going to be painful. Screw it. You're so mean. There we go. Alright, and I think this is the one we want. Don't have to care what I don't have to. Down, 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 down. Whoops. Oh, I missed. And that's it. Where's Rain when you need him? Bye bye bot. Alright, so now while the counter still goes up to 9,000, the only so now there's only one other thing I have to do. Now with the cross item that I got, it allows me Casito, strange. It is deserted. If I didn't have the cross, those floating eyeballs would be invisible. So I'd be just getting smacked around by everything and their mother. And the last thing. I can give you most powerful magic. Thunder. So, nothing really else to do in the town. I think there might be somebody around here that would be like, oh hey, if you go... Those eyeball menaces. Yes, they are. Imagine not being able to see them. Alright. Oh, that for a point bag. Okay, yep, nope. honestly, that just wasn't even really worth it. How far back can I go? And there's one of my extra lives. Imagine not being able to rewind time 100 to a few. Now I can cheat this one. Damn it. Alright, now I'm not going to be able to cheese the rest of this. I can cheese some of this for some pain. I can cheese most of these. No! Just gotta time it right. No. Do. Ah! No, I don't want the. I don't want the big ugly. Damn it! Didn't time it right. You bitch. There's no winning here. Alright. Blarg. Hi, Rain. You bitch. Alright, let's just... Let's just... Vacation time is apparently sleep time. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Alright. Welcome to the final dungeon. Yeah, Rain, you slept so long you missed all 3 of the dungeons. We're at the end of the game right now. Alright, we will do one more BRB here, because this one is going to be very time consuming. And then you get to enjoy the traumatic theme that is the final dungeon theme. BRB. Alright, we're back. Are you guys ready for pain? Because this dungeon is huge. And I gotta vaguely try and... I'm gonna try and remember. I think... Well, thank you. I think I remember how to do this dungeon. I think. This dungeon is so huge, it is very easily get turned around, and there's a lot of useless directions. There's one very specific path to take. And I think I remember it. And also, at this point, you've heard 6 of the 8 music tracks this game has to... Well, 6 of the 9 music tracks this game has to offer. This one is still probably by far my most favorite, but it definitely adds that trepidation. Is everybody ready for the pain? As I'll ever be. First, I will give you a sample of the music so you can understand the trepidation. Welcome to the Grand Palace. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, it is a banger for an NES track. Alright. Look, I'm not the one who's gonna be slapped around. Alright, so if I remember correctly... We want to go this way. I can kind of cheat these. Yeah. It's like for every 5 or 6 kills you get, they drop a blue vial, which recovers 1 block. So I could just keep going all the way to the right, come back to the left, they'll respawn. And I can just kind of cheese the system this way to help build my magic back up. As long as I don't continuously take unnecessary damage. Now, the good news is that there's only one sub-boss. Looks good, thank you. Alright. Stop getting hit by slimes. You're better than that. I know. Ah! But the slimes hurt, Strawberry. Being summoned away. Do 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 do. I think this is just an endless cycle at this point. Probably. I'll try and be a little more careful. Good, or else I'll get the newspaper. No, don't get the newspaper, Strawberry. Alright, that'll do for now. Okay, and then if I remember correctly, I want to go right. And this should take me here. Now some of these ones... There we go. A little better. Okay. No need to waste the magic on that. Okay. I'm just trying to remember where to go from here. Was it left or right? Okay, I believe we want to go right. Ah, you would. Do 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 do. There, full health and full magic. Let's see. Do I want to stop here? No, I think I want to go all the way down. Yes, right spot. Okay. And then it's this one. Okay, we're on the right track. All right. Need to know one thing real quick. Okay. The Thunderbird. Nah. I'm saving my lives for the actual battle. Come on. Yeah, the thing is that the upward stab and the downward stab do not work. Even with shield, I'm taking a lot of damage. Damn it. Ah.
Oh, come on. I hate this guy. All right. Okay. So we are now at the final boss. I'm probably just gonna eat a death real quick. There's the Triforce of Courage, and our final boss, and the introduction of Dark Link. Now there is a way to cheese this fight, but I'm actually going to try and do it straight up. Come on. And done. And with the power of all three Triforces, you saved Hyrule are a real hero. The end. And that was the first introduction of Dark/Shadow Link, however you want to refer to him. Ryan's gonna be so pissed if he missed that. Thanks a million. Press start to replay. And what that does is it basically creates New Game Plus, where you get to start the game with your max stats, all of your spells, but you have to go through and do all the palaces again, you have to go and find all the items again. So this is basically how the special version of the game starts, like so yeah, if you do this one here, Adventures Link Special, it's basically the same thing. You just, instead of having to play through the game once, you start in this position. That's the only difference. So yeah, if I had used either a completed file or played the special version of the game, I probably could have won and done with it. Because collectively between the two streams that I did for this, did like 4 hours. And I probably could have shaved off a lot of that if I didn't have to do a lot of the town visits. So, but yeah, say what you want about this game. There were a lot of good things that came out of it. Sure, it wasn't traditional Zelda, but there wasn't actually a traditional Zelda by this point, so I really don't think this game deserves as much of the hate that it does get. And just out of sheer curiosity, just out of sheer curiosity, how long would it take me to blitz the first dungeon with max stats? Because now, any points I get for the 9,000, they go to extra life. So I'm not even gonna bother grabbing any power-ups. Just hypothetically. Because you have everything that we didn't have before. But yeah, I don't think this game deserves all the hate that it gets. It wasn't perfect, but there was no real perfect formula for this game yet. Or for this series. So saying it was, you know, it's blah, it's not good. I don't think it necessarily deserves all the hate. And this is just for entertainment value at this point. I'm just curious. I'm not even going to even bother finding the candle. I'm just going to try and get to the boss as quick as I can. Just to see how many hits it would take me with max stats. As you can see, most of the enemies that were giving me problems in this place are already not an issue anymore. I do... No, I don't think I need it. Well, the intentional backlash is because it was so different from the first game. Alright, so I do need the key. Different from the first game back in the 80s, sequels were expected to be almost carbon copy of the first game. And to be fair, a lot of the games did do that. Like you look at like probably one of the heavy influences for this game was the Castlevania series, and the 3 games for the Castlevania series on the NES. There was no real difference other than maybe story, designs, levels. It's like, I get where they're coming from, but it's like, I don't think it deserves the hate that it gets. The traditional format hadn't been established yet. So just out of curiosity, no spells, no nothing. Done. And just to show it, so the 3 icons down at the bottom, and then you see like the 2, the 0, and the 6. So the 6 are the gems for the palaces, the 0 is the keys, and the 2 is life. So completing this, and now you see doing that every time I hit 9,000, now it gives me a level up, an extra life. But yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's Legend of Zelda 2. I mean, the original LED is in here, so, or Legend of Zelda. Ganon, the King of Evil, has broken free of the Dark World and has captured Hyrule's beloved Princess Zelda, but before she was caught, Princess Zelda managed to shatter the Triforce of Wisdom. We all know the premise. And then the special version. Buy something, will ya? In this souped-up version of Legend of Zelda, you'll start with a ton of rupees and items. You also begin with all equipment, including the white sword, magical shield, blue ring, and even the power bracelet. But if Ganon's still giving you a hard time, the power of money will overcome. Just buy yourself some more items and give it another shot. time for the next game in the series. Technically, I could do that. Technically, I could. We close that. You want the next game in the series, Strawberry? That would be Link to the Past, correct? Yes, please. All right. I'll tell you what. As a little bonus, since this only took about 2.5 hours, got and then Link's Awakening. Okay. All right, Strawberry. I'll give it. All right. So. Gotta remember the controls for this. Alright, hold on. Give me a second here. Alright, so. Because I like to be semi-grammatically correct. I have fond memories of watching both my brothers play this game. Alright. Help me. Please help me. I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. The wizard Agaton has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. Agahnim has seized control of the castle and is now trying to open the 7 Wise Men seal. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please, help me. Strife, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. Of course we're going to leave the house. Why wouldn't we leave the house? And we immediately leave the house. What? Is this even randomized? Well, I'm not playing the randomized version. I'm doing a legit playthrough for Strawberry, just to close out Link to the Past or Legend of Zelda 2: Adventures of Link. Strife, I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield and listen. You can focus power on the blade and hold the B button. Then release it using the secret technique handed down by your people. Strife, you can do it. Save the princess. Zelda is your... Ugh. What? The sword? In we go. Wow, Strife, you got a vanilla seed. It finally happened. Yeah, totally vanilla. I'll go here, here. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, and there's the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Got a lot of fond memories with that game. I mean, it was the first game that introduced the Master Sword. Big inventory. Welcome, Strife. I am the essence of the Triforce. Very good time. A lot of memories. I loved watching my dad play this as a kid. The Triforce will grant the wishes in the heart and mind of the person who touches it. If a person with a good heart touches it, it will make his good wishes come true. If an evil-hearted person touches it, it grants his evil wishes. The stronger the wish, the more powerful the Triforce's expression of that wish. Ganon's wish was to conquer the world. That wish changed the Golden Land to the Dark World. Ganon was building up his power here so he could conquer the Light World and make his wish come completely true. But now you have totally destroyed Ganon. His Dark World will vanish. The Triforce is waiting for a new owner. Its golden power is in your hands. Now, touch it, Giggity, with a wish in your heart. But yeah, no, this game was really good. Again, it was really expanded on like what Zelda could do. But there we go. See, game done. It was a little short for my liking. But yeah, the expanded inventory, the first introduction of the Master Sword plus actual like decent upgrades. I mean, you got sword upgrades in the first Zelda game, and then you didn't obviously have that. You had power-ups. But yeah, you had like there were 4 versions of the sword, like 4 upgrades: your base sword, the Master Sword, the Tempered Sword, and then the Golden Sword, for lack of a better term. Your uncle recovers. Yeah. So yeah, that's Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Lots of potential. Don't think they fully capitalized on the what it could do for the SNES era. And then, like, I don't think then Zelda was kind of absent at that point until, like, what was it? I mean, until it came out Game Boy or for Link's Awakening, and then I think Game Boy Advance with like the Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. And then I think there was also like Minish Cap, but also like then before they fully got to the Game Boy Advance, they had there's a debate of which one's the best one, but basically the 2 best Zelda games in the series, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Personally, between the 2, I like Ocarina of Time much better. I really, really do not like Majora's Mask. I mean, in comparison, it's like Ocarina of Time was like the OG Zelda, and Majora's Mask was like Adventures of Link. In that controversy of, you know, it was this, that, and the other. It didn't follow tradition. I mean, yeah, you kind of had masks. I really didn't enjoy Majora's Mask. I really liked what they were trying to accomplish, but the story, I was not a fan. I'm just gonna be completely honest, and I don't think I could ever bring myself to play that game again. I played it one time at my girlfriend's behest to 100% the game on Nintendo 64 back in the day, and I did. I am traumatized by the Great Bay Temple, and I don't think I could bring myself to actually play that game again. So, like, if I ever truly did the Zelda series, if I ever wanted to, I don't think I could bring myself to play it. I really don't. You know, or even bare minimum, I don't think I could go for the full 100% completion. But yeah, so what'd you guys think of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past? Great game, wasn't it? You recently streamed this game. How was this game? You know, did it live up to your memory? Strawberry's sitting there cussing me out. She's got the angry strawberry emote. Times 5, that means I'm in trouble. But yeah. Again, like I said, I don't know if I will actually do a legit Zelda series run. There's a lot of things that I need to actually finish up. Like, I'm trying to do Wild Arms. I've got to get back to my dot hacks. LOD is still on the thing. And then I'm trying to finish up Persona, which, again, I still technically have a lot of Persona to do, and doing Chrono Trigger. But yeah, so maybe, and I still got a lot of other things to do. I still need to do a stream of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, try and get that in before the actual final part comes out, which I said should be out 2026. I've been promising Chibi to actually do a legit run of Final Fantasy 16 since Chibi and the hubby bought it for me as a Christmas gift. There's a lot of things that I need to get doing. But, I mean, hey, at least I got to start going, and I do, because technically, like, as long as I can keep my Nintendo sub up to date, I could play them in chronological order, although I may, because I do have, let's see, I've got Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening, Skyward Sword, Tears of the Kingdom. So I could play the remake of Link's Awakening, because I've never actually played that one. Through the so we get it. Reset game. Chronological or release order? I don't know. Cause, all right. So let me see here. All right. So we have Adventures of Link in the book. So just trying to figure out what I have access to. What's the release? Do you happen to know the release order? Because there's a real pain in the butt of trying to figure out what's chronological since there's like different timelines. Because 3 times in all and Breath of the Wild TikTok are both now officially reboots. So I'm just trying to see what all I'd have access to. Let's see. Legend of Zelda release order. Alright, so the first game of the series, Legend of Zelda, which I'd have access to. And then Adventures of Link, which I've already done. Then Link to the Past, obviously you guys saw that one. Then Link's Awakening, which I have that for Switch. I have the remake. Then as long as I could keep my Nintendo sub up, I could do that. Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. I'm looking at it right now, so there's Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. After that came the Wind Waker, which I do not have access to. Again, Wind Waker was... Admittedly, Wind Waker was where I... Well, because that's also GameCube, and I don't have the GameCube expansion, and the only way I can get the GameCube expansion is to get a Switch 2, and I have no intention of doing a Switch 2. Nintendo kind of... Nintendo would have to do something severely drastic for me to get back... For them to be back in my good graces. Alright, so I wouldn't be able to do Wind Waker. So then I think from there we'd go Game Boy Advanced, based on the order of games here. Because then, yep, there's Link to the Past plus Four Swords Adventure. Or no, it's Link to the Past with Four Swords, so I wouldn't have access to Four Swords Adventure. Which then we go Minish Cap, which I have access to. And then Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I have the HD remaster on Wii U, so I could do that one. I have actually never finished Twilight Princess, and I really enjoyed playing that one, but then I lost thing. Then it goes Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, which I believe that was 3DS because of the whole touchscreen thing. Obviously, I don't have access to that. Spirit Tracks, don't have access to that. Skyward Sword, I have access to via Switch. Triforce Heroes, no, probably won't be able to do that. And so yeah, the official Zelda timeline does that. They're not called reboots. That yeah. So technically, looking at all the games here, I've already done one of them. I could do LOD, could do Link's Awakening, Link to the Past proper. I could do Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I can't do Wind Waker unless I want to emulate it. And if I have to resort to an emulated copy, I try not to unless I already own the physical copy of the game. It's just I lack a way to use it. So I don't feel as bad for like doing it that way. Don't care for Four Sword Adventures. Don't have Wind Waker. I could do Minish Cap. I could do Twilight Princess. Can't do Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. I can do Skyward Sword. So of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 recognized games of the series. I've done one. I could do a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could do 9 of them of the officially recognized 14. And I've already done one, so that puts it down to 8. I don't know. We'll see. I do have some series that I may kind of like put in a thing. Where, like, once I get caught up, because that's like my main goal outside of doing Chrono Trigger and doing FF with Zelda, get caught up on that. I am doing a lot of catch up. So let me get through Wild Arms. That'll be my long-standing series, and Dot Hack and LOD. Let me get through the games that I really need to get through. Maybe at some point, as long as I can maintain everything, I will then maybe put up a poll of a actual series to focus on from start to finish. Either I could do some of like the FF games I haven't streamed, because I've only streamed the 4-job Fiesta of FF5, a legit playthrough of 6, 100% playthrough with Chibi trying them, 100% playthrough of 8, have not done 9, don't know if I'd actually bother with 10 or 10-2. I've never played 12, original or Zodiac Age. I could make Strawberry. I could do something special for Strawberry. I could put up a poll. Yep, that's what I'll do. So, until I can get my laptop fixed, I'm thinking maybe just do some like PS4 and up. Because again, I got games that are going to be a pain in the ass until I can get my laptop fixed up. So maybe try and be like, okay, I could do the Assassin's Creed series up to the point that it was enjoyable. Or could do the Legend of Zelda series, what I have access to. Or I could really make Strawberry's Day and do a poll for the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. There's a couple series I could do. I also have access to some of the Fire Emblem games, so if anybody wanted to see that one, I know Rain would enjoy that one. Rain would absolutely lose his mind if I bid like I'll do as many of the Fire Emblem games as I can get my hands on. but yeah. I know, Strawberry. There's also I do have a couple other games that I wouldn't mind streaming at some point. I got more of the Castlevania collection. I got Smash Bros, Mario Maker, Bayonetta 3, which I've already done. I could get down on some Mario, but I got Fire Emblem Engage. But I've also got Fire Emblem 3 Houses, the Mario parties, some of the 3D Marios. This one is one that I've been wanting to do for a while. At least play, because the story seems really interesting. And then, yeah, I got Skyward Sword, Link's Awakening. I have ways to do these. But, yeah. Play. No, Strawberry. I did not do Star Ocean, because by the time I finally had time to get back to it, I kind of forgot what I was doing with everything, so it's like I might as well just start it over anyway. And then I think you started having a lot of your real life issues, so it's like I didn't. So I refunded you the points for it, and I didn't want to stream the game and you not be here for it. So I think that's kind of what it came down to. I know Sinther's kind of in the same boat. He, with everything that happened in his life, and now that he had to get a job. No, I completely understand Strawberry. I just you made a special request of it, and if I'm gonna do it, I wanted to make sure that it was something that you were here for, and I could actually be more committed to it. Because at the time you requested it, I was trying to do so much. Devil May Cry, Resident Evil, the Personas. I was really trying to do a lot. So I still have a lot on my plate in terms of stuff that I need to do and need to get back to, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so there's a lot of things I could do, I want to do. And again, yeah, Centric's the same way. I think I still have his request for at least the first Fatal Frame, but he requested Fatal Frame 2 and 3 as well. And I refunded the points back for that just because I didn't know when I was actually going to get a chance to actually do it. And then plus, like, he's not always able to attend a stream, and it's like, if somebody requests me to do a game, I would at least like to do it at a time they can sit there and enjoy either my enjoyment with the game or my suffering with the game, because that's part of the experience. So, but we'll see. Let me get through a lot of games that are long overdue to be finished, and we'll see about doing some other stuff. Um, Also, don't forget, usually as long as everything goes well, Rain, Zell, and I usually we are kind of doing what we call an RPG Friday. We'll see where the dice land. That's all we can do. We do have RPG Fridays. Basically, all of us are submitting ideas for RPG games that we would like to share with others and introduce them. And then we all play them together, even if they're not cooperative. So this way, we can enjoy everybody's our viewers' experience with the game, first time or revisiting, and enjoy each other's company with the game, first time or revisiting experience. Currently, we're doing Chrono Trigger, some of the games I know that we have talked about doing together for RPG Fridays. Um, We've got Lunars 1 and 2 up on the plate. We've got a legit playthrough of Final Fantasy 4, not like a randomized run. Getting the Dragon Quest HD 2D remakes of 1 and 2, since we've already done 3. So there's a lot of good things to look forward to. That being said, make sure you guys give a check for Azure Rain Games, The Blind Umpire, and Zelcia A, or is it Zelcia Ellen? I forget how she pronounces it. All can be found on Twitch. All three of them also have YouTube channels, just because of what Twitch has been doing with their storage department. A lot of them, myself included, have been forced to uh, back all the streams up that we want to save on YouTube. So, Ump, I believe it's just the Blind Umpire Games. Rain, we have Azure Rain Games. Zelcia, I believe it's her full name, Zelcia Ellen. And you can find all the stuff that I've done at Strife Eclipse Gaming on YouTube. Uh, Pretty much unless it's something I forgot to upload. Yeah. Unless it's something I forgot to upload, everything that I have streamed, series, one-offs, collaborative stuff. I have a whole playlist of just various free enterprises. So, like, if you're not familiar with that, you can go check that out. Some extra love and support on YouTube would always be appreciated. But, if you're just there for a short time and just want to check out maybe a few things that you missed, you can always go check that out there. It's Blind Umpire Streams is his YouTube. So, um, so yeah, you guys can go check that out there. Sorry for the long rant at the end there, but I honestly expected everything to take a lot longer. Again, my memory of things is kind of meh. Thanks for streaming, Strife. It's been fun. Take care. No problem. So, I will quickly take a quick peek and see if there's anybody streaming right now that I wouldn't mind dropping you guys in on. If not, I may just call it good. Storm Doctors playing Final Fantasy 16. Lately, Roulettes and Chill. Fantastic P. Sayu. I don't know. So, alright, so yeah, as long as everything is cool with Zell, we should be back tomorrow with the next part of Chrono Trigger. I would figure stay tuned Saturday. I may just try and get it out of the way and see how well my laptop currently holds up. for Persona 3 FES. Sunday will be Persona 3 Portable, the female route, and then probably Zell and I, as long as Zell's feeling up for it, we will be continuing our journey through FF14's A Realm Reborn revisitation. We will be getting the actual patchwork content. And then Tuesday will be the final part of the Persona threesome of Persona 3 Reload. If I remember correctly, we're like halfway through November. So the goal is to basically get to December in all 3 games. And if Zell is not feeling up for it on Monday the 10th of November, I will probably do Persona Reload on that day instead and just leave Tuesday open. So anyway, until next time, everybody, thank you for sticking around, bantering, talking, and hopefully you just enjoyed a little bit of nostalgia along with me. And I know I do have a small collective view of gamers or streamers or friends here that watch, just like Strawberry, case in point. And Strawberry, I'm not using this as a diss on you. There are some of these old games that they never got to experience. Sometimes may not even know of. I know, like Strawberry's first Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy 13. Like nothing played before, so Strawberry's been getting introduced to a lot of things. So whether it was your new experience or a revisitation, revisit. I just hope you guys had fun. Like I said, I'm always here to chat, talk. I have no problem with whatever you guys want to talk about as long as it's not, religion or politics, because there's just too much in between. There's too much of a line there that you can trip over. Anyway, just since Strawberry's here, I will give you this last little thing that, Strawberry will definitely appreciate. And remember the golden rule of gaming, folks. If you're gaming right now, and I know you probably are, remember to game hard or go home. And if you're already at home, just make sure to clean up when you're done. Please, I've seen enough today. I've seen absolutely enough today. I've seen so much 8-bit horror that I imagine that's probably what your guys' rooms look like right now. 8-bit horror. So just clean up when you're done, okay? Have some respect. Get your Triforce of Courage and have some respect. Get at it. All right. And that being said, have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye bye.